afternoon, morning, or evening. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jackson McKenzie,
And as always, I'm Duhad.
and we are joined by our
And
good friend
I'm
Miro,
Miro. Yes, hi.
the one of the players in most of the games that we cast. Um, we're here to bring you more StarCraft 2 on Waystation. This one is a TVZ, so let's go ahead and hop right into the game. 3, 2, 1, go. Sheepa Analog. It's a very interesting portrait he's got there.
That's the nerdy high school Rainer.
Gotcha, okay.
Yes, it is. It's not. It was given out, I think, for a week.
Yeah, there's like a
Sometime
special
last year. Oh, it's a
game
short
mode or
spawn.
something.
Here we go. Alrighty, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, on the short spawn on Waystation, we have SFP Miro, the Terran in red.
And his opponent up at the top, it is in blue, Sheepa Analog as a blue Zerg.
Yeah.
I like the
And-
little the clan icon Sheepa has. I think that's really cute.
What is that? That's an adorable and slightly disturbing sheep he's got there.
Gotta enjoy someone who
really cute.
Sheepa with
who's
an
really-
interesting path for his initial overlord. It looks like he's trying to scout at the long spawn. Does he not know that this is a fixed spawn map?
I don't know. I can only assume that given
His
the way
second
the
overlord is
short-
going towards the other long spawn location.
So either he is
Perhaps he's going to leave them there for any proxies.
Could
Could
be.
be.
Or he might be considering a hidden base himself.
I would not hate
Indeed.
that. As Zerg, it's risky to have a proxy base so far away from your main. There's no way of defending it easily. But on the other hand, having that base, having those reinforcements coming from that unexpected direction, can be incredibly fun.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're just worried about, hiding your overlords, yeah, we've got a drone scout down here. A little
Or
bit of
he's
mining
going
down
for-
there. That's
yeah.
very, very strange, strange opening from
I will.
Analog.
I'm pretty sure that Analog hasn't figured out that these are forced cross spawns yet.
We've got a hatch first from Analog.
Yep, the gas before pool. That's an interesting thing. That's not something you normally see from a Zerg, as far as I'm aware.
I've seen it.
not
I
a
have
Zerg
seen it,
player,
but
so
not on 13.
typically it's pool before gas. Yeah, not on
Right.
13 either.
Yeah. I mean, you'd expect to see that on 14 or 15.
This is a very. Alright, we
Indeed.
finally get the spawning pool going down, but I mean, seriously, this is probably the least aggressive Zerg opening I've seen ever, or at least in a very long time.
Yeah, normally
40.
they're a little bit. Well,
Yeah,
they're-
this
they're
is
normally
incredibly
typically very
greedy.
macro-oriented,
It
but
was an incredibly
this,
greedy opening.
this feels really greedy because the spawning pool isn't even out yet, and he's got the Reaper going over.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. Reaper from Miro.
Which,
Going to.
pretty typical opening from Miro.
Yep.
All right,
I wonder
and
if we're going to see some. I mean, we got the factory on the way, so we could be seeing some Hellion play.
and Miro making poor Analog, his clan sheep, poor Analog regretting his aggressive build here because he's just losing guys left and right to this Reaper. That's what you get.
Reaper getting chased out though, which he at least managed to save one drone, which is good.
And that Reaper
As I
might
say
go
that,
down.
He loses it.
Yep.
As I say that drone went down actually to the Reaper. He cancelled the spawn.
Oh,
from
and he
going up
saves
his
the
base.
Reaper.
Last second save, very
Yeah.
nice. I do like these
Yeah,
reskinned
Slowlings,
Zerglings.
somewhat slower. I do like the reskin Zerglings. I'm trying to remember what they're called.
I can't.
Swarmlings, if memory serves.
Swarmlings, yes, I
Yeah,
believe.
those are the
Yes.
the fins were the swarmlings, and they're like the raptors are the jumpers.
The ones with link. The
raptor skin is used for speedlings, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah. Which again,
I do love that raptor skin.
It's a nice Overlord placement by Analog. That Overlord at the back of the base.
That was actually a good scout as well. In terms of what he can see, he can't really see anything there. Actually,
but he can poke in to see things whenever he wants.
Very true. That is very true.
It also keeps his eyes open for a potential third on the island. Here come the speedlings.
This is a speedling follow-up?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice surround there.
Yeah, some good surround on those Hellions.
Very good surround.
Yeah.
Hellions. Yeah,
that's very rarely see Hellions actually.
Oh, a little bit of a miss micro there by Analog. Those Hellions are going to go down.
My goodness, Hellions usually so good against.
We're seeing a Baneling bust. It's a 2-base Baneling bust. One base, 1.5 base, given the lack of drones.
Yeah, oh my goodness, this is.
I wonder whether he felt pressured into it from
that early Reaper.
The early Reapers.
Could
and
be.
Drones he lost
Could be.
From it.
Excuse me.
Apparently, Miro has recognized this because he's thrown up 2 bunkers and pulled SCVs in preparation.
Yeah, here we go.
The Banes.
Yep. You do some more damage.
Going off on that reactor.
Oh.
But not managing to take it down.
Yeah, I actually think that was more of a mistake on Analog's part, because he only had 4 Banelings, and with SCVs
you really want 6, don't you?
It's not nowhere nearly enough. At least 6, yeah.
Now, while that was a mistake, I will say that Sheepa doing a pretty good job of forcing Miro to basically have no real mining going on. He has to pull all of his.
Yeah, he has no mappings from it either, which is
yeah. I mean,
losing that Baneling.
Ooh, yeah.
So orbital finally going down.
Miro,
second for Miro.
Miro pushing out, trying to retake at least some map control.
Yeah. Evo chamber putting in very. Actually, I like the placement of this Evo chamber up for Analog.
It's the beginning of the wall, which is really nice. I would like to see some creep spread out from him soon.
Yeah, we've seen basically no creep spread at all from Analog.
With the Queen coming, the third Queen coming, we should see that soon enough. And
there
it goes to go and pop some creep.
Very interesting, non-aggressive, and then suddenly like very Zergling, Baneling aggressive build. Man, slow queens, weird build orders.
Push coming out from
Miro.
Miro.
What he's doing. He's making this work for him.
These speedlings are gonna do some work, although.
Yeah.
Those Widowmine hits. Never mind what I just said about those speedlings.
That was 2 and 20 Widowmine, 20 kills on that Widowmine. Holy crap! That was a lot of speedlings.
Yeah.
Exactly what Miro needed to do there.
Widowmine commander.
Turns it around.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'd be comfortable taking commands from
from a Widowmine, yeah.
A missile launcher.
Miro gonna take down that Evo chamber.
Oof.
Picks off the Overseer as well, but there are the roaches. Okay.
So
Roach Warren. When did the Roach Warren go down?
I don't know if I'm able to.
I didn't notice it go down. I was too focused on the Zergling push.
He put it up right after the Evo chamber.
Okay.
Third base going down for
Analog.
Analog. I wanting to call him
Lairtech finally Lairtech and really going crazy with the larva injections. Evo realized
the Roach
Analog.
Follow-up.
Both players pretty much supply blocked at this point.
Interesting stuff for.
Yeah, both players with only 3 free supply, and both players, building rapidly to expand that.
Okay,
yes,
so
they certainly are. The number of roaches at Analog space, I feel like, is going to go for a push out soon.
Analog,
at least to try and counterattack that. I don't know how well.
Analog
that's
currently
work
with 13 roaches and only 9 lings.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I think of that. If he goes to make that decision. That said, roaches are definitely very strong.
Yes.
Ooh, Analog with a real wall now. 2 Evo chambers and using that Roach Warden. He's very defensive for a Zerg.
I would really rather see this wall further up, further out, you know, with some more creep spread, so it can more effectively defend the main as well as the natural.
Yeah, I definitely agree. As it is, it kind of just leaves the main completely open to run-bys from anything. Hellions, Stim Marines, Reapers, whatever it might be.
Now let's see how Miro deals with that. Miro has 1 medevac and a Reaper.
So in terms of army supply, it's 65 to 54 in favor of Miro. But
Miro with a drop into the main.
Oh, this is good.
+1/+1 is on the way for
Analog.
for our Zerg friend here. Yes. Whereas we don't have anything of the sort for Miro.
Oh. So this drop.
That positioning was quite good for in terms of countering the drop. Oh, and another one in the main as the first drop goes back to the third.
You mean another one in the natural, and the first drop is going back to the third. Miro just on top of these drops. And this is what I was saying in the last game. This is the kind of play that's always impressed me from Miro, is his ability to multi-drop.
Yes. That's not something you typically see at this level either. As far as I'm aware.
We've got this drop of the natural moving now up into the main, just keeping on that pressure.
The sporting pool is dead.
Oh, that's a big pickup. That's a huge pickup.
I've been seeing some pro league players starting to just build a second spawning pool just because, and I kind of like that because, my God, Zerg have an Achilles heel, and that is that spawning pool.
That it seems like Analog, again, I keep wanting to call him sheep, is wanting to move out with the +1/+1 timing, that the slight deficit in army he has could very well change the tide of the game given the lack of upgrades that Miro has.
Yeah.
Versus
especially when he hasn't got all of his
big push down here. I totally missed. I totally missed the big move out. But those bunkers and that choke.
Point that he's trying to
he's just feeding his army into the meat grinder, and he GG's out. Yeah.
And that's game. Miro takes the victory. Analog, really good plays early on, but just as soon as those multi-prong drops started coming in, it was all over. He was not able to get his troops into position. Big attack, tries to turn it around, but Miro's defense is too good.
Yeah.
Just not a great game for the Zerg.
Yeah. It speaks quite a bit about the course of this game and the different levels of aggression that throughout the later stages of that game, Miro was up in supply despite being down a base.
Yeah.
That's pretty typical of TVZ, though. Actually, no, it's not. It's pretty typical for a Terran to be down a base against Zerg, but it's
not typical to be up in supply while down a base. That was the point I was making.
Yeah,
Zerg that is quite a surprise.
Yeah, that supply. They need to be able to aggressively use every advantage they have to, keep above their opponents. And
I feel that Analog was very active, very aggressive in the earlier game, but as soon as those drops began, he seemed to kind of shut down.
And you just can't do that as the Zerg. The Zerg are not a race that allows you to play a very slow, very careful game. You have to be able to,
unless you go with swarm hosts, but
that's
its own different animal.
We're not talking about swarm hosts.
Let's not speak about the swarm host.
We don't talk about that here.
We don't. Yes, we don't talk about that here. It is an awful, awful thing.
Oh lordy, but no.
It makes for very boring games.
Thank God for the patch.
Yep. All right, I'm going to go ahead and quit out of this replay. Thank you guys for watching.
Was there a patch to swarm hosts?
Was there?
Yes, they nerfed them.
When?
When?
It was a while ago.
Then they need to do it again.
Right. They didn't do it again. No, that was a while ago.
All right. Well, once again, thank you all for watching.
Confused. Apparently, I have not noticed this.
I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright.
Yeah. For the third time, guys. This is me trying to sign out here. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm Jackson McKenzie.
And I've been Duhad.
And I am Miro.
And this is StarCraft 2.